Howdy, I'm Michael Huffer.
Howdy, I'm Riley Hyatt.
Howdy, my name is Michael Wilson.
Howdy, my name's Gabriela.
Howdy, I'm Amy Atkinson.
Howdy, I'm Emily Williams, and this is our meal plan for authentic Italian cuisine.
First, I'm going to talk to y'all about Italian culture. Italian cuisine has influenced many food cultures around the world and is considered art by many people. For Italians, it's not just for their well-being, but it's a part of their life. Gatherings are centered around food, and they're very popular in the Italian culture. Their days consist of breakfast, lunch, a mid-afternoon snack, and supper. Some cultural things they do, for example, is Christmas Eve. They celebrate a 7-course fish dinner, often called the Feast of Seven Fishes. The celebration dates all the way back to the medieval times. And another one is for New Year's, they often celebrate it with pasta and lentils. The food is known to bring money and good luck into the new year. Another part of this tradition is to ensure good luck. They wear lucky red underwear on New Year's Day. Alright, now I'm going to talk to y'all about the first meal of the day, which is breakfast, also called prima colazione. In authentic Italian cuisine, there are a few breakfasts that are very popular. Most Italian breakfasts consist of coffee. Along with this coffee, there are a variety of cookies, small cakes, or toast-type crackers. Biscotti and cornetti are the most popular foods to be eaten at breakfast. Biscotti is a toast-like cracker that are sometimes filled with nuts or fruits, and cornetti is a croissant that is often filled with marmalade, cream, or chocolate. Kids will eat the same food, but rather than coffee, they'll drink hot chocolate or warm milk.
So today I'm going to talk about lunch, or pranzo. Lunch is regarded as the most important meal of the day. Most shops are closed during lunch, especially during the week, between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Many Italians will eat out for lunch since they will be out for work, other than on the weekends. The first course is going to be Il Primo. It mainly consists of pasta, and it can be soup, rice, or polenta that can also be used. Your second course is going to be Il Secondaro. This course usually consists of meat of chicken or fish, and it's relatively small. It can be served together with a side dish called Il Cantoro, and this dish will accompany the main course and will be mostly vegetables.
Merinda is a light afternoon snack, usually eaten at home and made from ingredients found in the house. And the idea originally was made for men who worked in the pastures and fields and spent many hours away from home. And back in those days, it was just kind of whatever they could find in nature, along with a piece of bread. So an olive, salami, or a fresh ripe fig. And the tradition is typically associated with school-aged children whenever they come home from school and their parents make them a snack, but also practiced by adults on their work break. And it's split kind of into two categories. You have sweet Merinda and savory Merinda. And sweet Merinda consists of gelato, which is kind of like an ice cream, and Greek yogurt with fruit, and muesli, which is basically granola, and bread and Nutella. They really like Nutella. Or you could just have coffee or tea. And a savory Merinda is more of like salty stuff, so homemade bread slices with olive oil, salt, and rubbed ripe tomatoes, or just a classic sandwich with 2 bread slices, cheese, and ham.
Supper, also called cena, can be a grand event in Italian homes, just like many other cultures. Full classical traditional Italian suppers consist of 10 separate courses, as can be seen here, but generally this would only be done if family or friends are coming over for an event or something of the sorts. Generally, for a night-to-night basis, meals will consist of mainly the primo, secondo, contorno, or insalata. Generally, Italians never eat before 8 o'clock, and in some southern regions, they won't eat until as late as 11 o'clock because during the day they enjoy such a large lunch. Aperitivo is like an appetizer that you start off with, but it's generally very light and just consists of things like drinks or chips and olives. Antipasto is a slightly heavier appetizer that can have things like salamis, cheeses, or sandwich-like foods. Primo is the first serving of hot food, and it's between antipasto and segundo, where it generally includes non-meat dishes like pastas or soups. Segundo includes the meat, and examples of this are poultry, pork, beef, or fish commonly used. Contorno is served with the segundo, and it's usually vegetables prepared in different ways, and it's a separate dish, not on the same plate as meat. And ensalada, if the contorno has leafy vegetables, an ensalada won't be necessary, but if not, ensalada will be prepared, usually something like a fresh garden salad.
Okay, so the dessert or dolce, frequent dishes include tiramisu, panna cotta, cake or pie, panettone or pandoro. The last two are mainly served at Christmas time. And the colomba pascual, an Easter cake. A gelato or a sorbetto can be eaten too. In Naples, zipole and rum baba are popular. In Sicily, cassata and cannoli are common, and mostarda is more of a northern dish. For our meal plan, we set it up first with the breakfast, or the prima colación. We chose a cafe latte and a fette biscottate. For lunch, or pranzo, for the first course, we chose a tomato pasta. For the second course, we chose an arrosto misto, and as a side dish, an avocado salad. For the mid-afternoon snack or merenda, we chose a basio flavored gelato. And for the supper or cena, for the aperitivo, we chose wine. For the antipasto, cheese and ham. The first course is risotto. The second course is veal and rosemary sauce. For the contorno, we chose a garden salad. And for the formaggio e frutta, cheese and grapes. And for dessert or dolce, we selected a tiramisu, coffee, and sambuca.
So we chose our meals based off of a couple things, mostly based off of everyday Italian, like a life in everyday Italian. So for breakfast, we picked a cafe latte, which is a coffee with milk, and that's just for the caffeine boost to help start the day, whether that be for a busy student or a busy worker. And then the actual food part of the meal, we did a fette biscotti, which is a hard toast, which is usually packaged for the convenience and the simple meal. Then for lunch, which is the most important meal of the day, I did a tomato pasta, which is a simple yet tasteful pasta with tomato sauce to start the meal, and it's also super traditional. For the second course, we chose a arrosto misto, which is a hearty grilled chicken served with other meats, usually pork, which are just ever so slightly seasoned, which is a little bit bigger of a meal due to its the lunch significance. And then for the final course, or the side, we did a avocado salad, which is included to provide some vegetables to the meal while maintaining the simplicity. So for the mid-afternoon snack, we picked a basio flavored gelato, which is a delicious Italian ice cream flavored with chocolate and real hazelnuts included to give the day a little bit of sweetness. And then for supper, the big meal, we did wine to start off the meal and provide working Italians with a nice and relaxing drink. And then for the second course, we did cheese and ham to sate any immediate hunger while talk of the day ensues. Then we did a risotto to get the grains, which is just a simple and easy pasta. It's filled with beef or sausage. And then for the main course, we did veal, which is usually cooked in rosemary sauce. So it's a delicate but hearty meal that gives necessary protein with a pinch of flavor. For the salad, we did a garden salad to add vegetables and a bit of health to the meal to balance the grains and protein provided by the risotto and veal. And finally, we did cheese and grapes to finish off with some fruit. The last meal of the day, we did dessert. So we decided to pick a tiramisu, which is a little bit of a fancier Italian dessert. And then we did a coffee to balance the sweetness of the tiramisu with the bitterness of the coffee. And then for the Italian adults out there, we did an Italian anise flavored liquor to wash everything down. And these are our works cited. Thank you so much.